Well, good afternoon, everybody. I have done my stuff. It's a bit bright out there looking in at the moment. I'm going to be able to see the tree line of things. Um, so, what's been going on this morning? I had a good old wander around. Quite busy this weekend, surprisingly enough. There's one or two guests, even though there's supposed to be one, there's supposed to be three. That's another story in itself. But currently, there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people on here tonight, plus anyone else that arrives sort of after now, which is that's a better view, isn't it? See, that's a much better view, much more sort of wider, nicer angle and things like that. Just adjust that a little bit, shaky. Yeah, looks all pretty good, really. Looks very sort of autumnal, etc. There's a little pigeon over there on a log. There's a heron over there in the distance as well. So yeah, I just think I'm being unlucky at the moment. I don't think there's anything I'm doing wrong. I've sort of, stuck to what I'm doing exactly on one rod, on the other rod. Oh god, yawning again. Sorry, another rod. I've just stuck to what it is, and neither are sort of producing or doing me any good. So what I've spoken to people about, it's not fishing overly brilliant. So I'm not the only one sort of having a bit of a hard time. I'm just having a little bit more of a harder time than others. But looking at that, it looks perfect, doesn't it? Grey, overcast, conditions good. You know, I just no. There we go. Got a little bit of I think that must have been the wind actually on the right hand rod. Just sort of set that single bleep off on the remote. Some people don't like that. You get the first bleep on the head, and then you don't get nothing on the remote, which to be fair is brilliant, because I don't really want to know about a single bleep. I want to know about the second and the third bleep, which means something's occurring. Like that one, see? But that's wind blowing, that is, so I might have to tighten it up and adjust it or something like that. Don't know. Can't be doing with any single bleeps and etc. realistically. But yeah, is what it is really. I'm feeling confident tonight. I've been had a chat with Ian and a glass of wine and mulled things over and had a chat with him. It's quite nice really. He's not about next week, he's about the following week, so I might have to try and do a little bit of a social with him then. Because we've never managed to achieve the last weekend's fishing with any success or any luck, so not a lot you can do really. I think we did 4 or 5 nights once and ended up with 1 fish each. Couldn't believe it. And I think he had a 30 and I had some 15, 16 pounder I didn't really care about. I was just overjoyed I'd caught. And I think Steve was there for 3 nights as well and finally wangled one, but it's hard going, I must admit, that last sort of weekend. So we're not gonna. We may or may not fish the last weekend on here. We may go and fish on Meadow. Might not be worth it. Just sort of see how things progress realistically. I think I might try the idea of moving to Meadow next week, coming back and fishing on here with Ian the following week, and the week after that is West Stowe with Rob, and then the week after that is the last weekend on here. So if it pans out alright and the weather's right, me and Ian will both be on here. So we shall see. We shall see where we go. But fingers crossed for tonight. It's time to get me food on, I think. I like to eat in the daylight, not particularly in the dark. Never really happy about that, so I need to check the time. I don't really want the missus phoning up when I'm in the middle of chomping the food. Right, so fingers crossed tonight. Let's just achieve something, shall we? Bag of carp. way too long. But finally, we got another one in the net. And in daylight hours as well. I am so happy. I've got no idea what it weighs yet. But I don't really care, to be honest with you. It's a carp. It's been a long time. Oh, happy days. Happy days. Not the biggest, but a carp nevertheless. Well, good morning from a very grey morning, really. I was expecting by now. Can't see any. Windy like this. Just correct direction finally. Now from the northwest, it was sort of swung through west and then northwest. But I woke up to drizzle this morning. I was expecting clear skies and sunshine. Obviously, it looks like a little bit of broken cloud, but not as much as I was thinking by now. So, I think we're going to have to wait for that. But yeah, we've having a good time really. Well happy about catching that fish. That orange glow at the back of my bivvy isn't the sunshine. It's just one of my little remote lights I sort of dot around inside the bivvy. So when you sort of go in the back, look for stuff and move around, there's a little light that glows up. Otherwise, it's pitch black in there and you can't see anything. So I have a couple of them on the floor and it's tucked under things. They don't sort of go off permanently. See, it's sort of gone off now. Which gives you a little bit more light when you sort of rummage around looking for stuff, because it's like the spare room this bivvy is. It's fantastic. You could probably live in it, I reckon. It would be really, really nice. I love how my camera zooms in and out automatically. That's automatic focus, it's great. Yeah, let's just hope something sort of something else comes along. It will be good, but believe you me, I'll go home happy that I've actually caught and I've got a fish under my belt. I've got a fish under my belt in September. Whew, one fish this September. What did I say I had last September? 18. Not fishing brilliantly. I think everyone's consensus is it's not fishing brilliantly. Do hope it switches on for October. Otherwise, maybe I'll, don't know. Got to work out what to do next week. I don't know what to do next week. I might actually take a drive around Meadow. Ian's not about next week, so I might take a drive around Meadow next week. And sort of, there's not sort of fish, but no, it's not. Yeah, take a drive around Meadow next week, just have a look. There's anything really half decent. Well, folks, I've been busy this morning. I've put some new braid on my marker rod, and I've put some new braid on the spod rod, so that'll be all good. Been trying to do that for ages, but just being lazy and couldn't get around to it realistically. I've also needed to braid up another spool for my main rods as well, which I've done as well. I'm not going to use it this trip, but I've done that, so it's all good, and hopefully, yeah, when I come down here next time or so, I'll be fine. The wind seems to be slowly but surely swinging back round to the southwest and pushing nicely in this corner, so yeah, looking good, I feel. A couple of people have caught, a couple of people have blanked, but it's all pretty reasonable. It's drying out there at the moment, which is nice. Ian's going to pop round for lunch. He popped round for a cup of coffee earlier on. He likes my coffee, so he popped round for that, and he'll pop round for a little bit of spot of lunch later on. I get the weather out, get some brie on the go or camembert. Can't remember which one I've got. Get that going, and it'll be all good, really. Happy days. If I can wangle another fish out before I go, be the better. Should be quite nice. This swim's looking quite good in here. The wind's pushing in, I must admit. It'd be nice to actually just stick a little one rod in there. It's a shame that dead tree's over there. This would be a really good spot over the back of there, but there we go. It's probably one of the dead trees there. But, not going to do a lot about that realistically, unfortunately. But no, yeah, we're nicely tucked away in here. We have to remember this for on the hot summer days, because I think it's going to would be a little bit sheltered from the sunshine. Might still go straight over the top of your head, but there's a bit of trees and you can possibly sort of tuck yourself under and hide yourself. I'm hoping that that water on the roof evaporates over the next 24 hours, and yeah, everything's all sort of dry when I pack up and head home. Would be nice. I haven't checked what the weather's going to be like at the weekend, but I don't think we're actually up to that much this weekend. Might go out. Don't know. Just have to, just have to hope and pray that yeah, get some nice weather. It'd be quite nice, really. But I thought I'd catch some of that right-hand rod, and I haven't. So got a bit of thought back into that. I still don't know whether to try and spom out long or not try and spom out long. It's hard spomming out in the swim. I must admit, I need to be bivvier, better angle to be perfectly honest with you, or just go out my waders and spom out. What a few people will do. Don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Quite like it as it is. I think it should produce. That other spot should produce as well. So yeah, it's all quite good, really. I'm tempted to come back here next week, really. Do a little bit of handiwork at some particular point. Don't know really, but yeah, a couple of herons over the far bank. I've seen some fish really close to those trees on the far bank over there, but they're sort of, well, they look like they're in the trees. To be perfectly honest with you, I don't think that's going to do me any good at all. But yeah, don't know. I might have another go in here. Don't know. There's a couple of nice things. Ian's seen a nice fish again today out in the main lake. I saw something quite nice out in the main lake last week. Well, good afternoon. Hopefully you're not getting bored with this view, but I'm certainly not getting bored with this view. Absolutely stunning and fantastic. Really love it. Looking forward to the sun belting in here this afternoon, this evening. Get the old weather going, get the macaroni cheese on there and sit outside, and oh, it'll be absolutely bliss it will be. Well, what did I do? Around about 12 o'clock, it might have been 12:30 actually. So I'd reel in, bait up. Just as I was finishing, Ian came round, so we got the old camembert on the weather, cooked that up, and a few breadsticks with that. Absolutely fantastic. He had to go back and sort a few things out because he wanted to put some line on his spool. I think he got motivated with the fact that because I've put lines on my spools and everything like that. They just went back and had a chat with a few other people, went for a wander and had a chat with someone I hadn't seen for a couple of years, just fishing with a guest, with a member. This used to be an ex-member. Had a sort of enjoyable chat there, and then got back here about 3 o'clock. Perfect timing because I got a bit of cloud cover. Got them rods out on the spot, and yeah, it's all looking good. Can't wait for an evening bite or something like that. I feel I got a fair chance of catching something. If all else fails, well, we've had one. I'm going to go home happy that I've had one. It's always nice to catch more. Don't get me wrong, but I haven't blanked, which I think is a real weight off my mind at the moment after the last few trips. Well, this is it. Last night, sun going down behind the tree, looking absolutely gorgeous out there. Wind's died down now. I think the sky's going to clear. What I can remember, it's I think it's going to be 9 degrees tonight. Still with a full moon probably. I'm not quite sure what the carp are going to think of that. Just have to see. I was hoping for a evening bite, but I'd right hand rod gave a couple of knocks about an hour and a half ago. I was hoping it might sort of rattle off at some particular point. Well, morning from inside the bivvy. It's sort of a bit chilly out here at the moment. Yeah, beautiful night's sleep, realistically. Looking stunning as always. That tree, something about that tree I love. Yeah, not a touch, not a twitch last night whatsoever. I'm going to set my alarm clock just to wake me up, because as you can see, probably the latest I've slept in this trip, really. Yeah, I haven't set it up. It's well, as good as packing up time, realistically. I promise to be home by sort of 10:30 as always. I might head home a little bit later, a little bit earlier. Don't know really. I'm going to start packing up. I haven't had any morning takes, so I don't think there's much point in hanging around too much this morning for a morning take that clearly isn't going to happen because it hasn't happened yet. Very glad I've had one fish. It's just, it's going to make things a little bit less painful going home. Still got to put my thinking cap on. Start producing a little bit more. Ian had one yesterday, sort of late evening, I would say, 7ish, I think. Oh gosh, Intel's just woken up, so he's happy. He's not about next week, so I might have to have a little look around where he's fishing, sort of, because he's fishing in the weed and things like that. It'd be nice to know if the guy up the end, he had one and lost one, that's around the weed as well, so if there's two other guys in between them and the end.